Hello, today welcome to the Motorsport Update channel again. A channel that will gather various stories of motorsports industry to tell and talk about it for your friends to listen to. Today we will be presenting the results of the 250 class. After we have recap on the 450 class, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, you can click on the button on the right side of the screen. Let's get started. Within version 250 class Moto 1, the opening moto of the 250 class kicked off with Monster Energy star Yamaha Racing's Levi Kitchen at the head of the pack for the motorsport.com whole shot, while his teammate Justin Cooper slotted into second ahead of Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing's Stiles Robertson, who was briefly passed by Jet Lawrance before reclaiming the position. The point leader was persistent and reclaimed third before the completion of the opening lap. Lawrance's forward progression continued in the early laps as he caught and passed Cooper with ease for second. Once into the runner-up spot, Lawrance looked to close in on a 4-second deficit to Kitchen out front. While Lawrance initially gained ground, Kitchen responded with his fastest laps of the moto to pull back out and effectively end the threat. He continued to build on that advantage through the remainder of the moto. Kitchen managed his first opportunity to lead a moto with the poise of a veteran. He was never challenged and went wire to wire for the first moto win of his career. The Yamaha rider took the checkered flag 9.4 seconds ahead of Lawrance, who also rode unchallenged in second, with Cooper in third. Team Honda HRC's Hunter Lawrance overcame a start deep inside the top 10 to finish fourth, while Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Seth Hamaker rounded out the top 5. Moto 2, the second and deciding moto, started with the Lawrence brothers leading the way as Hunter grabbed the motorsport.com whole shot over Jet, who was then passed by Cooper for second. The lead trio quickly established themselves at the head of the pack. Behind them, a crash involving Hamaker and Monster Energy star Yamaha Racing's Nate Thrasher ended up collecting Kitchen and dropped the Moto 1 winner outside the top 10. Back out front, Hunter Lawrence built an advantage of nearly 3 seconds as Cooper and Jet Lawrance continued their battle for second. Jet's persistence paid off and allowed him to make the pass for the position. The lead between the Lawrences then stabilized at about 2 seconds, which then shifted the focus to Kitchen and his recovery from misfortune on the opening lap. The Yamaha rider was determined and soon found himself on the verge of a spot in the top 5. Back towards the front, Cooper found himself under fire from Troy Lee Design's Red Bull Gasgas Factory Racing's Michael Mosiman, who made easy work of the Yamaha rider to move into third. Once into podium position, Mosiman continued to look forward and started to chip away at his deficit to Jet Lawrance in second. About 1.5 seconds sat between the two as Mosiman ran the fastest laps on the track, but Lawrance responded with an uptick in his pace, which allowed him to pull the gap back out. While the Lawrences held strong to the top 2 spots, Mosiman started to lose ground to a late surge from Cooper in fourth. Cooper logged his best laps of the moto and was able to reclaim third with just a few minutes remaining. At the front of the pack, Hunter Lawrence went unchallenged throughout the moto and carried on to a wire-to-wire performance that brought him his first moto win of the season. He took the checkered flag 5.5 seconds ahead of Jet, while Cooper followed closely in third, responded with an uptick in his pace, which allowed him to pull the gap back out. Overall, despite missing out on a moto win, Jet Lawrence's consistent effort was enough to put him atop the overall classification for his third straight win to open his title defense. It marked the 8th win of the young Australian's career. Hunter Lawrence followed in the runner-up spot for the second performance for the siblings this season, while Kitchen's resilient ride in the final moto was enough to bring him his first career podium result in third. Jet Lawrence added another point to his lead in the championship standings, which now sits at 12 points over Hunter. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Joe Shimoda, who finished 5th, is third, 38 points out of the lead. How are you? What are your thoughts on the clip? If you like it, please press like, press share, press subscribe. Please encourage each other and see you again in the next clip. Hello.